My wife Sarah and I operate Heritage Lane Farm here in Columbiana County, Ohio. We market our products at Shaker Heights Farmers Market in Cleveland on Saturday mornings.
We started by going and just selling meat, but that doesn't make a very attractive market stand. So I would always pick a little bouquet of flowers that I had growing, and if I had any extra peppers or tomatoes, I'd put them out. We quickly realized that the flowers and the vegetables really attracted a lot of attention and a lot of customers.
It has been our objective to prove that a small family farm can still be economically and environmentally viable. We implement a lot of practices on the farm, from high tonal production systems to cover crops to management intensive grazing. The high tonal production system has allowed us to produce for the early markets and also have crop available clear into that first part of December when we end our market. I've worked for soil and water conservation districts, and I have worked with Natural Resource Conservation Service. It's my desire not just to promote conservation, but to keep small farms in business, to keep small farms are the backbone of this country. One of the first things that we want to talk about is the general site layout for a high tunnel. We need to have a site that has high quality and well-functioning soils. These tunnels do have a French drain that surround them to catch water and to control that runoff. That's just a 4-inch line. It's a 4-inch subsurface drain like you would normally use in any other field drain system. It's buried, I think, 30 inches, 36 inches deep, and it's backfilled entirely with a washed gravel. It controls the erosion. It's easy to mow, easy to maintain. In the wintertime, we're trying to control and trying to keep as much heat in the tunnel as possible, so sides are down. But in the summertime, when it is hot, being able to roll your side walls up, it's going to allow that ventilation to occur, but it's also going to allow our pollinators in. We also have ridge vents. I just have a wire in here that closes it, and then when I want it open, pull it. And actually those things are rarely closed. The mistake that I see people making is I don't know that they realize how many crops that they can grow. We're doing this commercially. We've already harvested bok choy or lettuce out of these beds. So we typically will run 2 or 3 crops through a bed every season. All right, let's take a look real quick at some components to micro irrigation. First of all, we've got a frost-free hydrant in here. It is essentially livestock pipeline. It is a water line from the well to the high tunnel. If you're going to come from a spring or a pond, you're going to have a sand filter or something much more sophisticated than just a simple screen filter to catch any of the particulate. And this is a dosatron that allows us to do fertigation or liquid fertilizer if we need it. This component right here is a backflow preventer. That will prevent any chemical fertilizer from going back through your water system. You must have that. The next mandatory piece that we're going to have is this device right here, and that is a pressure regulator. That brings the pressure from the well. Your well pressure is going to be anywhere from probably 25 to 50, 60 pounds coming from the well. That reduces the pressure down to about 15 pounds. And you will go into, depending on how many drip lines that you want to have going down your bed. This is just drip tape. These drip tapes here drip every 6 inches. You can have every 6, every 8, every 12. You know, it really kind of depends on what you want. Again, it's really simple. You go from the supply to the screen, through the backflow preventer, through the pressure regulator into your header line, and punch holes in your header line, put your valve in, and attach your drip tape.
I grew up on a farm, and my mother and my grandmother and my great aunts always had a very large garden, and we picked all summer long. I think it's a great way to raise kids. It teaches them a lot about the outdoors. It gives them a chance to be responsible and feel like they're really contributing to what the family is doing.
I don't want to get totally into finances, but we do well. We're getting close to doing 6 figures worth of sales in Cleveland. I like doing what we do at the scale we do it. I'm proud of what we do, and we'll pass that legacy along to our kids, pass the farm along to our kids, and hopefully the grandkids, as they're interested in picking gherkins, learn to love agriculture as much as we do, and we'll see.